Is there a Switch 2 coming soon? Let's talk about it. Welcome back to 128KB, my name is Andy, and if you're new to the channel, go down there, hit that like and subscribe, share the video about, do all the good stuff, because it really helps us out. But yeah, so there's been some sort of rumors lately that there's going to be a Switch 2 in 2024. So let's kind of dive into that. So we've seen in the past, loads of people talking about the Switch Pro, and the Switch Pro never happened. Instead, we got the Switch OLED, which in my eyes is kind of like a Switch Pro. It's better built, like the construction is so much better. It's just a nicer design all round. The screen is, oh yeah. If you haven't seen our videos, go check it out because we've got so many videos on the OLED. It is amazing. But yeah, so that's kind of like the Switch Pro, but the Switch Pro was going to be like, a hyped up version, almost like the new 3DS, where it had a better processor inside it and they had like dedicated games just for that because it was more powerful. I mean, will they do that with the Switch? We could talk about the Switch Pro for ages, but I don't actually think they're going to now. I think the Switch OLED is kind of like their, here you go, this is the premium Switch offering, and we don't really need to do anything else. I don't think they're gonna make it so powerful that it's gonna lock games out from the other systems, because the Switch has just simply sold too many. The Switch is doing so well right now, and I love that because I love the Switch, but I just don't see them releasing a Pro model that's going to kind of be in its own league, if that makes sense. And I just can't imagine them doing that because too many people would get angry. And also I would, because I've just bought an OLED. I don't want a Switch Pro now because I've just spent all my money on an OLED. But, so there's that kind of thing to weigh up. But then you got to think, okay, the Switch has come out in 2017. It's 5 years old now. 5 years old, which is insane. 5 years old. How long is it going to last? I mean, we've seen sort of rumors and stuff from Nintendo basically saying it's going to have an extended life. So to me, that's 7 or 8 years in total lifespan, right? From the day of release, 2017, to the end, which 8 years. So this sort of insider said that we could see a Switch 2 or the Switch successor release in 2024, or at least see like teasers of it by late 2024. And well, that's about 7 years later from the release. So if they start sort of talking about it at the end of 2024 and then maybe see a 2025 release, well then that's pretty much 8 years. So I can imagine them doing that. I think they're going to ditch the Switch Pro idea and just put anything that they would have put in that into the Switch 2, which I honestly think that they are going to just expand on the Switch. I do not think they're going to just turn around, do a U-turn and do like a Wii U 2, because the Switch is sold so well and it spans, it's everything I love about the Switch is it's portable and it's a home system. Done. You don't need a 3DS, you don't need a GameCube or, a Wii U, whatever. Like, it's all in one. I mean, they need to make it better. They need to do so much more. They need to make the online services better. They need to make, the online servers and the way that it all works better. The eShop, what the is with the eShop? You can't even, look at games properly on the eShop on the current Switch. It's so bad. You're better off going on a laptop or your phone or whatever and then searching games that way, because it's just slow. It is so slow. It's so horrible. There's no themes. There's no Mii's. There's so much the Switch is missing. So I think they're really curbing it, holding back for the Switch 2, or at least I hope so, because I love the Switch. I do. I would say it's my all-time favorite console now, but there's so much that's just missing from it. And I really hope that this Switch 2 does get announced, or at least shown off or teased by the end of 2024, because everyone that's bought an OLED like me, at least we've had a good 3 years out of it by that point, right? Because it's been out for a few months already, but by the end of 2024, that's pretty much 3 years, okay? So I would say that's acceptable. 3 years for a system like that, and then start looking at the next Switch. I would be okay with that personally. You might not. Let me know down in the comments, but for me, no, that's okay. But I really hope that they make it more powerful, obviously, because, the Switch is kind of outdated hardware, but a little bit more powerful. I'm not talking like Xbox or PlayStation. I've never seen Nintendo as trying to compete with them, but it would be nice to play games at 60 FPS locked without any sort of like frame drops or stuttering or whatever, you know? Like, I'm even fine with the graphics. If they kept the same style of graphics and then just made it so everything plays at 60 FPS locked, then, you know, that's fine by me. It would be nice to get, like, you know, maybe a 1080p handheld screen and maybe 4K on the TV, maybe. I can't imagine that happening, but maybe. I mean, you know, that would be cool. But they just need to do something and that's better than what there is now, because there's so many opportunities that the Switch has, and with the install base that it currently has, they're missing a bit of a trick with like the themes and everything else. And obviously they've got the expansion pass now. Well, that needs to get like fleshed right out. I want to see GameCube games on there. I want to see GBA on there, you know, and maybe they're holding that for the Switch too. So Switch Pro, sadly, I personally don't think it's going to come. If it does come, then you can expect to see us cover it in mass detail, because, you know, we'll get our hands on one right away. But I just honestly don't believe the Switch Pro is going to be a thing. And I think the Switch 2, maybe the Switch Pro, maybe it's a whole new console, but maybe it's fully backwards compatible. I hope it is. They need to sort something out with like being able to play older games. I want the Switch 2 to be able to play all my physical games that I've got for the Nintendo Switch, and I want to be able to download all my bought games from the eStore on my Switch 2 and be able to play them. I don't want to play my Switch 2 games on the Switch because I understand it's going to be better hardware, etc. But I want to be able to, like, you know, get all my old games, play them here. I want a better online service. I just want better everything. And, well, yeah, I don't think the Switch Pro is going to happen. I think the Switch 2, the successor, the new one, is going to be the next thing. And of course, when that does happen, we're going to be, you know, diving deep into it. And any more news and rumors and whatever, you can expect us to be able to, you know, cover it for you as well. So make sure you go down there, hit that like and subscribe and share as well. And check out our website, 128kb.co.uk. I'm Andy. Let me know all your thoughts down there. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Oh, yeah. Is there a Switch 2 coming sooner than we think? Sooner than we think?